Everyone, I'm making this video. I'm going to show you some clothing that I've made. If there's a problem with the microphone, I'm sorry just ahead of time. I'm going to be moving around a little bit, so you'll notice a little bit of different sounds when I zoom in and out everywhere, and there may be a little bit of background noise. Just ignore it and hope it goes away, because it most likely will, and we'll proceed with the video. We'll just focus more on what I'm doing. I'm going to show you bunch of different clothing that I've made over a little bit of time. Of course, I don't make clothing every single day, but it would be really cool to do. It just takes a lot of time. And I'll show you a little bit more about that and why, and I'll tell you a little bit why that happens anyways. And it can be strenuous, but power to everyone that just does clothing by hands and messes around with jewelry and stuff. I got this cross here too that I might add on to clothing, and I think that'd be cool. You just add shit to clothing and it looks awesome. Make your own stuff, and everyone looks the same nowadays. Although they seem like they're following like a certain trend, which is always cool and looks different. It's alternative and shit. Like, I don't know what I call my stuff. It's a little bit more different than that. I'll give you a little bit of a background story before we start what I'm doing. And I pretty much grew up by myself without too many people. I didn't hang out with some people, and I felt more of a guy that was like I felt lonely, I guess, like more than most people. And I just hung out in my house most of the time, didn't really do much. But when I did stuff, I guess it was in all good favor. So I managed to do some art over time. I just remember growing up as a kid doing it, and I sort of just got back into it and worked into it a little bit more. Just completed projects just to pretty much say that I did, right? Like just bragging rights and all sorts of stuff like that. So I'm all into following people and checking them out on like Instagram and all that for their artwork, usually like dark type of art, and stuff that just would go into like the demented part of people's minds, like the really twisted and the dark stuff. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and I guess I'll show you a little bit of my clothing, and I'll explain why they're like that and why it makes sense to me, my feelings, and just some random shit. I'll just like throw it all out there, anything that I can. So yeah, anyways, I hope that you can all hear me through that microphone pretty well right now. I got two shirts in the background here that you can see. So the one over there, it says pray with me. I'll show you that in a second. There's the other one. You can see the logo. That's like that hand. I don't really know what it means, nor did I really give a shit. Short story on that too. A funny story though. I went and I used to like knock on people's doors and shit, and that's how I'd make money. And I probably made a fair bit doing that, more than the average person, because I was good at it and I loved it. But whatever, like power to people that do or don't love it. That hand over there, that one there, right? I hung it. I was at someone's home. They're like, "Hey man, like, come on in, yeah, yeah, yeah," because they were gonna like, they were gonna with the product and stuff. It brought me in there anyways, and I thought it was cool that they pointed that out when we were talking and conversing. And they're like, "Man, like, wow, it's been like nice talking to you and stuff and everything." They enjoyed my time, which is pretty awesome. And they're like, "Hey man, before you go though, do you know what that means? Like, do you just be careful with that stuff, right?" I'm thinking, oh my God, like I just like did something really weird. I didn't really care at the time, but like afterwards thinking it's like, oh wow, what if I was in like some type of religion or something dumb that this thing like maybe it was something, I don't know. People just try to go all the extreme, like getting the darkest things on them to be like, I'm anti-people and shit. Like, fuck you, you're not. Look, I'm probably one of the biggest assholes out there. I can do a better job than most people. But I'll also be pretty good. So I had a great conversation with the man, obviously. That shirt there brought in a couple of compliments. I loved it. I actually do love the style of it personally, not just because of what it not just because of like it runs like a certain aesthetic, but I think hands are like sort of like, oh, like this is like it's like the person, like that's you're not looking at the person's body, you're looking at their hand, and then the eye is there as well too. So there's the body and then the eye, and it sort of looks like a little bit of a body, like shoulders and stuff down here. There's the infinity symbol, just showing that sort of like life goes on, and spiritually, stars in space are always sort of my thing. They look really cool to just sort of be there and add an emphasis and some type of I guess, pathetic fallacy on top of everything. It just adds a background to the artwork that makes sense to me in a poetic way. So I love it. I love it. Yeah, I think it's cool. I think that's it for that one. That Pray For Me one over there. This one is like an overcoat sort of thing. It's like a long sleeve that I'll put over my body, like this one here too. I have a few different pieces of clothing, and I'm sure that you'll love them. So stay tuned for that. And if you make clothing like that, let me know. Like I think it's really cool. If you're someone that's like actually similar, do something like that. Like these are, we know like this stuff is like all just out of our own heart and like what we've actually made or like taken from other people, like these secondhand stores or even like whatever, you buy a nice shirt. Like I buy all my stuff at like Value Village or maybe like you may go to a Goodwill or whatever. Like I don't know the difference, but I think you know what I mean. Like go to any general type of place, secondhand store, Tallies and Winners and shit. So this is what it would have looked like, but that's the inside of it. Let's just show the back of it. So I like this one because it's long. It actually looks pretty cool too if I put it on. It's like baggy, gives you like the like I'm relaxed, I'm hanging out. And also it looks sort of badass because like made out of jean, which is cool. And then I got the necklace on there, just trying to like be popping or whatever. The kids say nowadays or shit, or like when I was younger, I guess it was like, yo, the guy's like he's on fire. He's like, wow. There's a lot of dumb slang out there. If you know any of that too, let me know because I'll be sure to embarrass myself using it, which would be pretty awesome just to pretend that I'm cooler than everyone else when I'm really not any better than anyone. And then that's what it looked like anyways. So I would just take the logo. I actually cut that logo off of another t-shirt that I had. And you could probably do the same for that one too. I'm not sure, that could have came like from a curtain or anything, but you can just find any piece of fabric around your home that looks wicked awesome and just like cut it up, put it on your shirt. And like you'll have something that no one thinks about. Like no one thinks about these things. It's like going to a secondhand store and then like getting something else secondhand. Although like for example, if I were to get my backdrop here, I'll show you it. If I can like turn the camera all the way. So my backdrop, millions of people have that. Like literally, like so many people have that fucking background. Oh, I gotta fix this here. So many people have that backdrop, and if I were to get like a small one or like a little flag or whatever, something to cut up, I would just cut a square or whatever shape it was, and then put on the back. But you can see there's like moons and stuff on it too, which I would absolutely like. I would love like just having a moon there. Like that would be sick. Like fuck, you can even make one yourself, like paint it on. But I think just like destroying stuff and like putting it together makes you just some type of creative Frankenstein of a monster when it comes to clothing, which is really awesome. So yeah, I guess it adds to the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde personality types that a lot of people seem to have that are in the alternative scene, which is power to them, right? I try to stay away from them, but that's yeah, so that's cool. It's sick. Like I'll show you it up close. It's actually one of my favorite ones. Here, both of them. But this one first. There we go. This one here. So I did try to like put it in the back like properly and do like the squares with it. It says pray for me. It's backwards on here, but like whatever. It says Yarp and Roth. So that's cool too, right? It's an angel, and then like the other one, I don't know anything about angels, but it just looks sick. It looks like afterlife and like mystical and stuff, like stuff that's like all magical. Like I love magic. Like magic's sick. I'm not one of those stone keepers that have stones everywhere, but I sure do have a lot of clothing, and I think clothing adds to the essence of who you are as a person and in whatever you like, and you can add that creativity to a lot of different pieces of your life. Like my bedroom, I added a little bit of stuff, and I even took stickers put on my guitar, but like just do that, like just cool stuff, because you can get like a million different stickers that all look different that you put on the guitar and or somewhere else. Like some people destroy their dressers and make shit out of it. Although I think that's a little less classy because it reminds you of like a 13-year-old teenager that would have taken like whiteout and like painted all their shit or made it all black, and then you get like that little goopy shit that like fucking chips off all the time, and then cigarette burns in it. when cigarettes were cool, people were doing all that type of stuff, and then the ashtray was there and it looked dirty, and then there's bugs crawling on it. I'm not that type of person. I will never have that. I clean my bedroom and make it nice. So yeah, there's bleach in the background there too. And yeah, so anyways, before I get onto the bleach, which I will in a minute, which is always cool. A lot of people like bleach that make clothing. If you do make clothing, like fuck, not everyone does it. There's other people into a different type of way of making pants and stuff, but I'll get into that in a second. So yeah, so I got this from, I think it was like it was a secondhand store. No, not a secondhand store. The shirt, this one here, Value Village. All my shit Value Village. This is Element too. Like, if I went to the store and bought this thing, you guess how much these things cost? Man, these are like 40 bucks for this. It's starting to fucking die out now, but I could give a shit. It looks cool. It's badass too. I have better outfits with it, but whatever. I used to have that necklace here as a fashion statement, not anything more, around my neck, and then it just broke at that one spot, but I'll show you like how stupid it is. It looks sort of like, right, if I had it on there, you could like pretend, hey, it's cool because it adds like, there's a circle, that's the outline, and then there's the center, so now you focus more on that, which is cool, other than just having this necklace. Like, it's, I don't know why, but I'm like figuring out sciences with this shit. I got studs on the top, millions of them have like fallen out already. I've put more on top of it though, but it's just you know, the way that I put it on, it's on these little, it's on those things. Like, it can't stay, like, it just won't stay on top. If anything, if I were to do anything, get like a stripe or something of like something cool, like some type of flag, I don't know, like, I don't know. I really don't, but like there's some ideas that you can throw out there. You could just paint them black and then it would stand out more. If you could dye it black. If you dyed that black or even put bleach on it, it would like pop out and then more people would like be able to look at it better. It would be really cool. On my wrist, I did have a bunch of these studs. Some of them have fallen off already because, you know, they move around constantly and I didn't think, well, I did sort of think about it, but I didn't. But yeah, see how it like floats and shit? It like floats and like it wiggles. That's not really what I was aiming for when I did that, but I get it, right? Like if I had more of like a jean jacket type of material, then it would have fit on and snapped on properly, and then it would have looked overall better. It would have been more sturdier. None of these things would be falling out. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's that shirt there, and yeah, I think it's really nice. I'm planning on getting more of these one day. Maybe a few more, because there's art events that I can go to and like just sell dumb shit or like trade it off. Like I don't really care. Like all my clothing though, like I feel there's some things that you just don't want to get rid of, and it's so fucked up when you start to make clothing, because it's like you want it all. You don't want to sell that, and you want to wear it all the time. Like the pair of pants I'm wearing right now, like they look sick. Sick. They were like, I think they were my first pair of pants, or my second. They were my first or second, but I have two of them, and I'm planning on making two more. But before I do that, I'm gonna work on a shirt that I'll show you as well too. Here, let me get the sweater. I'll show you the sweater up close so you can see that too, because I know everyone's gonna start to have a panic attack if I don't show that, some type of anxiety and dysphoria of the sort, which we don't need any of that negativity in this channel here. So yeah, it's a sweater. It's like a loose sweater. And everything that I get's like loose. I don't know, it just like fits better. And my shoulders are a little bit bigger than the average person's shoulders. I don't know, my back doesn't fit properly. I don't know how to explain it, but like the hunchback, but with like the shoulders that like go this way instead. I got like fucking wings for my shoulder blades there. And then yeah, like I love this. I love this shirt so much. It looks cool. And then there's like in the middle of it, that's like the I think it's supposed to be the Eye of Truth. And then there's the hand, and then it has like different pieces on your hand mean different things, like spiritually. and then there's like some type of ritual in it, and then in the middle there of the eyeball, which I think is a really cool piece. And this shirt is literally about, it's probably 5 years old, maybe a little less at the least. You can see the symbols in it too, which look really cool. Like they don't even mean anything to me, but they're like scribbles and shit. So that way they actually do. For other people, it's probably seen as like a religious thing, like oh my god, you know, I'm like going badass against people and shit. But some pieces of material, they just and designs just look better just for being what they are. But yeah, that's the symbol for life in Egypt. That's the symbol of life. I think it is. There's one for life and one for death. I'm pretty sure this is the life one, like Monster Reborn from Yu-Gi-Oh! If you've ever seen Yu-Gi-Oh! And yeah, yeah, I don't know. Some guy told me like be careful with that stuff. I guess he thought like I was becoming a witch or something. So whatever, right? And that's that for those two shirts. But they're big, they're comfy. You just get oversized stuff. It fits everyone, so you can give it to gifts for people too. It's a really cool idea. And I'm gonna put this one back. So I have that. And going into something that I'd like to do before we get into the bleach, there's still more shirts that I'd like to show off. And this is one of them here. I got this one at a second hand store as well too. And it looks inside out. You see that? Like, where do you get an inside out shirt that looks like fucking jean washed, but like still like one that's actually like not so washed out? It doesn't look like it'll wash out like the colors and stuff. Like those are like really cool colors, and I think this is made out of pure cotton. I think it feels like it. It feels like cotton. It just like straight up feels like cotton. Like this shirt is 100% cotton. Feels the same. So I most likely won't like. You don't want to like throw all these in harsh chemical washers and then have it cycle through. And especially if you wash stuff too much, like make sure you use if you wash stuff a lot, make sure you use the right material. Um, I'll get into that in I guess like another video because I can't think of it on the top of my head. I'll have to like look into more detail with it. So whatever, right? It is what it is. But what I want to do with this shirt, and I will show in another video because fuck yeah, I think that's cool. So where am I looking at? That's the back of the shirt. And then that's where it has the line. In the front of it, this is the front here. What I'm going to do, and I love these two colors. I was going to put on the pair of pants that I'm wearing as well too. Or no, the other one behind me. I'll show that too. It's sick. So what if I went like this here? Alright, whatever. Like, fuck. My idea is to literally like make it into like an unzipped sweater. And it fits perfectly. Like this one actually like fits right down to the bottom of it. Like the whole thing. Like it stretches and shit. I don't know what's going on there. I can't show it properly, but yeah, it's a really nice shirt. It's an inside out one. It looks like so like douchebaggy, but like hippie and like relaxed and stuff like that. I love looking like a douchebag, but not like a Chad bag. You know what I mean? Like a fucking a Guido guy with his, you know. I guess that's a bad word. I probably shouldn't say it, but it's like Jersey Shore people. That's what I thought it was. So whatever. If you think that it's bad, then I don't. You know, that's just what it is. Like whatever. People that look like Jersey Shore people, like Snooki and like spiky hair dude. Whatever, right? Like, if you like doing that and you watch this video, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, dude. Sorry, chick. All right, so these are my pants. I don't call these crust pants like some of you people do that you're all into. I think they're gross. Like they have a negative connotation because heroin and stuff, punk scene, drugs, horrible. But I guess like I'm pretty much doing the same thing by making these really messed up pairs of pants. Can't really show them all. Maybe if I go back more. It actually says filthy on the back here. It says filthy. I took another piece of fabric and I just sort of cut it up and put on there. My ass sort of looks weird in it because where I put it, if this didn't have pockets, I could have put it up more, or I could have, there was nothing I could do with it. There was nothing because I got pockets here, so yeah. Yeah, so I stitched it in and did all that myself. Yeah, how hard is that, right? But it takes time to like learn these things, right? That's the back of it though, but like when you look and then like you put your knee here and it like pokes out, like it just looks sick. Like just imagine like being cool. And this is what cool looks like, right? And the grommet belts. I don't like this grommet belt. I just got it from a secondhand store because at the time I was out with a friend and my pants were falling off my ass. So I had to do something with it. I really did. So I was like, you know, fuck this. I got a pair of sick boots with that too that sort of look like Doc Martens, but they're a bit flat, but whatever, right? Like they're cool. So with those pairs of pants, that would be either my first or my second, and then the first one I made were these ones here. Can't really like show them too much, but like, and then it's got the holes in it, and it's cool because like, I don't know, it seems to like match. In the way that I cut them, I actually cut them in a certain way that they'd like sort of fit the best that they could and like loosen up. You can cut stuff so it loosens up when it's on you too, but just don't like cut yourself, right? Like yeah. I don't think there's anything on my ass. I didn't put anything on the back of these ones because I thought that gave it like its own character if I didn't put anything on the back. And the zipper too. I'll show you the zipper. I'll just open up my pants for you all to see. So this looks cool, right? There's air going in there right now. You can probably imagine the science behind that. And some people put pockets in those, but that one's too round to do it. I still could, but it's like I would have to unzip them all the way and then like go down to the very bottom and then stuff would be there, right? Because it would just like go all the way like that and then right down to the bottom of it, and just imagine like having to like open up your pants and then reach down there every time and like pull a piece of change out. I hate change anyways. Rich wallets are a scam too. Yeah. Anyways, so I think that's it for my pants and stuff. I do have other pairs of pants that look really cool that I got from like Valley Village and stuff. Like super, I got a super skinny jean there, like super skinnies, but they're not like super skinny where they like, where you can't like move. I don't know if anyone knows what I mean. If that you can't move in, like, I know you're thinking, oh, skinny jeans if you don't have any, but like I'm pretty much wearing skinnies or like fixed or whatever. I don't know what they're called, but they fit properly. And I got my other pair for like 20 bucks too. Like all pairs of my jeans that I have are like 20 bucks each. 20, 25 bucks give or take, which is pretty awesome. This video is going a little bit longer than expected. I'm gonna have to like break stuff up soon. But those are just like, I just sort of wanted to show my clothing out there because I feel like everyone's just like looking for a new trend now and like new stuff. Like this won't be trendy, but I think like it could be in its own way. It'd be like, no matter what, like, you know, there's people out there dyeing their hair and like cutting and getting like those little afro things now, which, you know, you have a mop on your head. Geez, like when I was growing out my hair, I would have been the coolest kid in class. You know, I just can't do that. I used to straighten my hair. That's what I did. Like we were like the scene emo because I had the type of hair, and then yeah, I just add to my collection of clothing constantly. Yeah, that's about it. Slap this on. Be cool. Get one of these. They're cool. You'd be cool. Alright, stay cool. Alright, have a good day. I don't really know what else to say. If you stayed this long and you watched, and maybe you're interested in more of my clothing. Oh yeah, the bleach. Then give me a like. Give me like a subscribe. Whatever. It would be cool. It would be cool. You don't have to, but like, fuck. Please. Getting bleach is really nice too. Bleach is really cool. That's how I made the pairs of pants. I took a paintbrush and started like whipping it all over. And then I made like a certain design that I thought made sense in my head and the way that my body looked. Or maybe like if you offset it a little bit, it'll add like a little pizzazz to it. But yeah, like the more you add on your clothing or to a piece of art that's like I guess like that makes sense, but is different at the same time, like a disaster. It just looks cooler. It looks cooler overall. So yeah, bleach on clothing. You can bleach shirts too. Black shirts bleached are really cool. I have two of those actually that I worked on, and I'm planning on making it look even cooler with like a little smiley face in it. It turns red. A lot of people don't know that. And yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. I've taken up a lot of time, and I gotta go and do some other shit. And thanks. Yeah. Yeah. Change your pants, by the way, if you're a crust punk too. Remember to wash your pants, 'cause that's gross. Like people can smell your jeans across the street. People can smell it. So yeah, please do that. You can put patches on your clothing and zippers, and I think that's cool. Like I literally cut stuff so I could put my zippers on and have them open up, just because I thought it was cooler, even if they don't have pockets to open up. But yeah,